You know something I miss about doing traditional art? When I was a kid, I would spend hours just filling pages and pages of my sketchbooks with, well, whatever I wanted to. And even though I don't miss the mess that was my room, I miss having a space where I could just throw some ideas, try out new things, and not care if it looks good or not. I miss having sketchbooks, so I did what any responsible adult would do, and I found the most complicated solution I could. And that's why today we are making a sketchbook, but it's 3D. Okay, but why have a sketchbook in the first place? Having a sketchbook is a great way of having a safe space to experiment and create. It doesn't need to be pretty or organized, and you don't have to show to anyone if you don't want to. And having that freedom to test things out and not care if it looks good or not, it really helps to keep your creative self alive and well. Okay, I don't know why, but the idea of having a 3D book where my art just appears magically sounds quite fun for me. I don't know. It sounds like a very interesting way to present my art. Not only to present my art like on my portfolio, but also here on YouTube. And making my videos more aesthetic is one thing that I am really trying to work on, but it's really hard. Okay, so about the process, when I started to work on this, I didn't have like a clear direction I was going. I just knew I wanted probably some flowers and maybe a girl with pretty flowy hair, but I wasn't sure, I just wanted to go with the flow. Usually I also don't put any color on the canvas before I finish doing the sketch and the line art, but in this case I really wanted to test some things and go with a more chaotic process, so I was pretty much just playing with some shapes and colors, which was quite fun actually. And why I didn't follow my usual process, you might be asking? Having a process with structure is a great way of being efficient when you're doing paid work. But if you don't leave room for some chaos every once in a while, your creative self will get moldy while sitting on a shelf. So I really think that's important to have space for that creative freedom every once in a while, especially if you want to really work full time as an artist. And how do you add that chaos to your routine, you might be asking? Well, it's a great idea to have places to just draw whatever you want and test new techniques and just experiment a bit with whatever you want to. Another thing that might help you is scheduling time for your personal projects. When you work as an artist, sometimes it can be quite difficult to not feel guilty when you are working on a personal project instead of working on a client's project. You need to be very careful with that. So scheduling a bit of time to just work on whatever you want is a great way to ensure that you will have that space for creative freedom. My last tip is actually 3 things. Go outside your comfort zone, try out new things and techniques, and remember that not everything that you create needs to be pretty. Things can be just experimental or ugly, and those experiments are really important to develop your style and find what you really like to create. Now that we have our cover done, it's time to make it 3D. There's only a little problem. I am not the best person with 3D. I know a bit of Blender and I know how to create like simple things to use as reference, but a book that can open and close sounds a bit complex, so I decided to save myself a lot of time and downloaded this model from Max Edge and worked on top of that. What about we see the final result? I think this looks so cool. I still need to figure out a bit how to use Blender and how to create videos with that, but I really like how it turned out. What do you guys think? Okay, we have a sketchbook, but now we need some ideas to fill that sketchbook. So if you have any art challenge or any drawing prompt you want me to do, just drop in the comments. I hope you have liked this video and I hope to see you in another adventure.